Voting is a civic duty. Let's register on the electoral list. This is a message from Equinoxe Television.
Good evening to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being with us on this edition of the news on Equinoxe Television. Our major stories tonight: the Anglophone crisis, which became a full-blown war some years ago, is far from being over. Blood continues to shed in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon. At least 2 security officers have been killed as unidentified gunmen attacked a bank in Bamenda that was last night. Details of that bank robbery, which happened at the Commercial Avenue in Bamenda, in this news edition. Plus, controversies abound over the whereabouts of Cameroonian activist commonly known as Raymond Kota. After his extradition from Gabon, his whereabouts is still fishy. The president of the CRM, Professor Maurice Kamto, indicts public authorities on the well-being of the activist. Those are our lead stories. Details when we come back. Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for the confidence. We begin in the northwest region, where 2 security officials were killed following a bank robbery which happened at the Commercial Avenue. Let's now have more of what happened that was yesterday in Bamenda with Sumanjikan Gabriel.
At the bank where the attack took place, a security rope has been tied around it, with all workers absent from work this Thursday. Along the Commercial Avenue where the incident occurred, several banks in the area have also remained locked up in solidarity with the bank that was attacked. According to sources within Bamenda, the attack at the bank was possible because alleged separatist fighters infiltrated a night vigil organized by commercial motorcycle riders in Bamenda Wednesday to mourn one of theirs killed by a truck at the City Chemist roundabout. It was in the course of that event that alleged separatist fighters used the opportunity to attack the police officers on duty at the bank in Commercial Avenue. All 2 security officers died on the spot, causing commotion in the town of Bamenda earlier Thursday morning. Later in the day, during our patrol in the town of Bamenda, from the regional delegation of national security, through some streets, right down to the Commercial Avenue, on easy calm range, with some courageous people going about their daily activities. For now, no official statement has been sent out by any top official in Bamenda.
Still on insecurity, we stay in Bamenda. Efforts are currently being made to address the numerous underdevelopment challenges faced by the population of Bamenda 3. Due to the security situation, several projects have been abandoned, affecting the living conditions of the locals. In the report which comes up next, our reporter Immaculate Fogwe tells us how an agreement signed between the Bamenda 3 Council and the Bano Council in the Adamawa region will foster development somehow. Her report.
The over 7-year-old conflict ongoing in Anglophone Cameroon is hindering the advancement of several developmental projects. A case in point is the Bamenda 3 subdivision, which is in dire need of a new facelift. Bad roads, frequent power cuts, dilapidated buildings and many other issues are some of the challenges faced by the population. Recently, the Bamenda 3 Council was razed to ashes, resulting to enormous material loss. Due to security challenges, raising funds has become a daunting task for the council. In order to enhance development, as well as the well-being of the municipality, a delegation from the Banda 3 Council signed a memorandum of understanding with the Bano Council located in the Adamawa region.
The motive behind this cooperation is going to be successful, because most often people think that it's only North-South cooperation that works, but South-South cooperation can equally have very, very important ingredients that we can share together. We are going to share in small projects, we are going to share in medium-sized projects, and we are going to share in bigger projects for us to see that the practices that we have in Banda 3, we can be able to transfer them here in Bano, and likewise those in Bano could also be transported to Banda 3.
The visit, which aims at strengthening ties between both councils, will equally go a long way to strengthen cultural ties between both communities. The senior divisional officer from Mayo Bano, Gal Shao, believes the agreement will enhance tourism, education, steady food production, among other things. I am so happy about this initiative. Both councils should expect the realization of greater projects in the days ahead. Bettering the living conditions of the population is our goal. The 3-day visit of the delegation of Banda 3 marks a significant step of both councils, who are both bent on developing their municipalities.
Immaculate Fogwe reporting that now to one of our major league stories. Controversies arrived in Cameroon over the whereabouts and well-being of political activist Raymond Kota, also known as Steve Akam, arrested by the Cameroonese military government and sent to Cameroon, where he is being held incommunicado. His team of defense lawyers is demanding access to him. In a similar manner, opposition political leaders are tasking the government of Cameroon to show proof that Steve Akam is still alive. For me, Armstrong Sander has the details.
In his public outing, Barrister Hippolyte Meli reveals that a defense team has been constituted for the defense of Steve Akam, also known as Raymond Kota. He says they have written to the Attorney General of the Central Region as well as the Director of Military Justice to know the whereabouts of Steve Akam. They want access to their client, Steve Akam, irrespective of where and why he is being detained. Taking public opinion as witness, the legal mind questioned whether Steve Akam is on pretrial detention. If yes, on what legal basis? What are the accusations against him? What is his physical and psychological state? What are the charges levied against him? And why is he being held incommunicado? They recall public opinion that Gabon is a signatory to the Rome Statute since 1998, ratified in December of the year 2000. From the above premise, the legal mind says the secret detention of Steve Akam falls within forceful disappearance, crime against humanity, and against the Rome Statutes. Barrister Hippolyte Meli says it is unjustifiable for the states of Cameroon to join or participate in acts of violations of human rights and crimes against humanity with the states of Gabon. The College of Lawyers therefore awaits responses to their preoccupations from authorities in Cameroon. In a Facebook outing, the national president of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, the CRM party, Professor Maurice Kamto, called on the government of Cameroon to immediately and publicly prove that Steve Akam is still alive. Maurice Kamto says it is in the interest of the government of Cameroon to prove that it doesn't condone acts of torture and the violation of human rights. Professor Maurice Kamto hopes that the Steve Akam affair will not end up like that of journalist Martinez Zogo, abducted in Yaoundé and assassinated at a Bogo 3, implicating Cameroonian state officials.
Now over to something else. About 33 cartons of contraband pharmaceutical medications and drugs have been intercepted by officers of the Douala Navy. The products are said to have been smuggled into Cameroon from a foreign country by persons still to be identified. ACA Lucy Liengu tells us how the operation was carried out in the report which comes up next.
It was during the night patrol that officers of the Douala Navy, under the supervision of Captain Jean-Michel Fegu, that cartons of pharmaceutical products and contraband drugs were seized. The operation, which is the third, is in line with the fight against the trafficking of illicit drugs. And the products intercepted, according to the Douala Navy officials, were smuggled into the country from some foreign countries. Navy Captain Oko Petit Etindele says these drugs have a negative impact in the society.
The impact in society, we have health impact, we have security impact and economic impact. Health impact, last year we count about 13 children who died after consume a fake syrups called Natricol. The economic impact is that these trafficked have a lot of money who are not controlled by the government. And the security impact is that this drug has a relation with the increase of criminality.
After the public presentation of these illicit medicines, the products will be examined before they are being destroyed.
So this drug, when we take it, we call the technician service of the regional delegation of public health, which is represented by Dr. Tikawa, who will make the inventory, the count of the drugs. After that, the drugs will be kept and destroyed by the committee presided by the governor of the region.
Security forces call on Cameroonians to be vigilant and denounce all forms of trafficking.
Meanwhile, the Minister for Public Health, Dr. Manauda Malachi, was in Boya, that was yesterday. The universal health coverage, which enables everyone to have access to quality health services, was launched in the town of Boya. That was by Minister Manauda Malachi. During his visit, he encouraged the population to have confidence in the program for the improvement of their health care. Mala Glory reports on the minister's visit to Boya.
Boya in the southwest region is one of those towns in Cameroon to benefit from the universal health coverage. This is following the visit of the Public Health Minister, Dr. Manauda Malachi, in the town of legendary hospitality to launch this program, and also the health voucher, which according to him is aimed at reducing the cost of health care for pregnant women and children from 0 to 42 weeks.
I'm here to launch the extension of the health voucher in North, West and Southwest regions. So I think that is the aim of my visit in Boya, is to launch this important presidential project. So I think I just do this visit to the health facilities to see whether they are just making announcement or they effectively practice this health voucher in the health facilities in the southwest regions. So I think I'm very satisfied. I have seen that a pregnant woman have already their health voucher.
During his tour, he made a stop at the Integrated Health Center, where he met with some pregnant women who testified that they have been benefiting from the health voucher. From there, he moved to the hemodialysis center of the Boya Regional Hospital.
The so-called crisis here for long. There were times we had only 4 machines here. So we will come here and make about 4 days, 3 days, 4 days to fully analyze.
And here in the hemodialysis center, we have make extension and bring the new machines. So I think we are working hardly to upgrade the quality of health care here.
Satisfied with this, he sends an important message to the population.
My main message to the population, not just to the population, to all of us, traditional officers, religious officers, authorities, actors of government, member of parliament, all of us, students and civil society, we have to be clear about this universal health coverage. We have to pass and to relay the message, the right message, that we have to go to the universal health coverage. All of us. Our message will be clear, will be legible, and will be audible. So we have to go to the universal health coverage. But because that's the, I think, is the main reform in our domain.
This phase of the official launching of the universal health coverage in the Anglophone regions of the Southwest and Northwest regions is to improve on the health of the people. And under the terms of the project, every Cameroonian citizen will be required to have a health coverage card with a unique identification number to enable them receive care and services throughout the country.
From Boya, we move down to Limbe. The Limbe City Council Mayor, Paul Ifome, is threatening to breach the contract between the garbage disposal company and the Limbe City Council. This was after the Limbe City Council decided to use her own caterpillars, trucks and workers to tackle the issue of abandoned heaps of garbage or dirt littered all over the city of Limbe. Davidson Maimo reports from Limbe.
The seaside resort city of Limbe, once Cameroon's cleanest city, faced an unprecedented litter crisis as the garbage disposal company's financial crisis left trash piling on the streets.
Limbe is unique in terms of cleanliness, and we have noticed that Izakam is very slow to remove the garbage. So they should not change the face of Limbe with their financial challenges that they have, because it's a new trend that we are seeing, that we are witnessing with Izakam, and I think we need to stop it.
The situation got worsened due to the more than half a decade-long ongoing Anglophone crisis, fueling population growth and overwhelming waste management, posing a health hazard to city dwellers.
Well known as a safe haven, the population has drastically increased. And you know, the more population, the more the challenge of waste management.
The swift action from the Limbe City Council to alleviate the garbage crisis by deploying its own caterpillars, trucks and manpower to clear the pile of dirt littered all over the city, critics say this may strain the relationship between the Limbe City Council and the garbage disposal company Izakam.
I am very disappointed with my contracting partner, who is Izakam. As we speak, the City Council is not paying Izakam a dime. You know, in any decision that you take, you need to give a warning signal. We know that this is their responsibility, but again, I cannot let my people suffer for this health threat that I see within the municipality. Looking at the situation, I decided to come out to see how I can manage the situation.
Limbe's litter crisis has highlighted the need for an efficient waste management system to be put in place to maintain Limbe's reputation as one of Cameroon's cleanest city.
Back to Douala. Douala 5 inhabitants during the mid-term budgetary session have exposed the different challenges they face in the area. Among these difficulties is the insufficient drainage system, which causes a lot of floods during the rainy season. Our reporter Cedric Chakucho met with some of the inhabitants, and now tells us more in the report comes up next.
Inhabitants of Douala 5 subdivision in the littoral region are submerged with inundation since the beginning of the raining season. A situation they say is due to the insufficient drainage system in their area. Access to their day-to-day activities have become a daily struggle.
Very difficult period, especially when the constructed bridge that is there, that was constructed. As first, when they have not started working the drain, we were managing it the way we were, because we had to dig the drain on our own. But when the project came in, the caterpillars and the other people came around and they had to dump the whole thing. And what happened is that they happened to block the passage because they had to build a bridge. So very unfortunate, we have been having issues. When it rains a lot, water has to come up here because the water is no more going.
Quand il pleut, l'eau emporte les enfants, même les matériels qu'on travaille avec, tout ça.
The population during the mid-term budgetary evaluation session of 2024 raised these difficulties they are facing in their area. To solve the problem, a budget of 7,572,875,000 was allocated.
Douala 5 Council has as an objective to improve the performance of its services within the new decentralization environment. In that regard, we are accompanied the Douala 5 Council in drawing up of its new organizational chart that was examined by the councillors and approved today.
With this, inhabitants hope that their situation will rapidly be solved, knowing that they are exposed to waterborne diseases if nothing is done.
And that does it for the first part of the news. Viewers, don't go away. Talking Point comes up next. Stay with us. Welcome back, viewers. Today we are talking on insecurity in the northwest region, especially in Bamenda, following the attack or the bank robbery which happened at the Commercial Avenue in Bamenda. That was last night. And our guest tonight is Mayor Fongu Cletus Tanwi. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for accepting to be our guest and Talking Point tonight. You will be talking to us from Bamenda. You're the mayor of the Bamenda 3 municipality, and we know that Bamenda 3 is one of the major councils, not only in Bamenda, but in the entire northwest region. But now, the council is not developing as the local population expects. Is insecurity one of your major setbacks?
Yes, absolutely. As you already know, Anne, Bamenda 3 municipality is a fast development municipality, and our development strive became slowed down since the beginning of the crisis in the region, which actually made it impossible for us to generate local revenue, which is important for local development. But despite those challenges, Bamenda 3 municipality have been able to carry out a good number of development projects despite the challenges.
And recently in your municipality, Mr. Mayor, we got information, or we've been watching on the news, there have been several killings and other atrocities. How has the council been coping in all of these?
Yes, the atrocities in the municipality is multiplying, which the council is not really happy with what is going on, because there's no way you can develop a municipality without peace. Peace is the only important tool that can generate important development projects for the municipality and also attract maybe other important national and international organizations to invest within the municipality, like tourists that used to come here and visit touristic areas in the municipalities, and maybe people used to leave the diaspora, they come to Bamenda 3, they spend money, they invest in Bamenda 3, but because of the security situation, they are no longer interested, because nobody is prepared to be adopted or kidnapped or taken to the bush and molested for whatsoever reason.
Now, Mr. Mayor, these killings sure deter investors and other persons who intend to come and invest in Bamenda, or Bamenda 3 to be more precise. Now, if anybody wants to come and open up a business in the Bamenda 3 area, are there some security guides or measures which must be respected?
Yes, of course. Investors and maybe visitors can still visit the municipality following the directives from the Defense and Security Forces, and following our advice of the municipality where they have to visit, and even if they have to go to certain places, they must contact us for us to mobilize security so that they can be able to access some areas which maybe to do studies for projects, maybe to optimize projects, like maybe our German partners who come here annually to optimize our water plant. When they come here, we'll make sure that all the areas that they are going to work is secured.
The Anglophone crisis, Mr. Mayor, which began some 7 years ago, some years back, became a full-blown war. Now, can you tell us, as the mayor of Bamenda 3 for some years now, what is the security situation in your area of command?
Yes, I think actually I can say the security situation have greatly improved 7 years down the lane. Areas that we could not even go there, talk less of doing projects there, I think we are able to carry out projects in those areas, and there's relative calm that is actually reigning around the municipality now, because people could go out freely now in most of the areas to do their business, and we have been receiving visitors from other regions and from the diaspora who have been coming to plan and to talk with us about the future of the municipality.
Now, Mr. Mayor, there is no meaningful development in any municipality without peace that's in the midst of war, and everybody in your municipality sure has a role to play. What can you tell the people who are under you in Bamenda 3?
Yes, I am sending these messages and appeal to the government and particularly to the population to collaborate with the government, and to the government to initiate a process that will bring lasting peace in the municipality and the region as a whole, because at this stage of insecurity we can only rely on the government to initiate a process that can bring peace within the municipality. For the population, I think they have to be vigilant, they have to collaborate with us, so that we should be able to together to fish out the elements that are in the society that are ready to destabilize the smooth functioning of the activities of the municipality.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. But before we go, we know that the Bamenda 3 municipality has been victim of several arson attacks. Some time ago, the council building was burnt down. Now, how far with the rehabilitation works of the council building, which was burnt down some time back by some or yet to be identified persons?
Yes, you know, the Bamenda 3 Council is also a victim of the crisis, because our ceremonial hall was burned down in September 2023, which up to date have given us a lot of trouble to carry out ceremonies like marriages, like other meetings, like the population using that facility for their various activities. But for now, I think we have obtained funding from FECOM, which is going to enable us to construct a befitting ceremonial hall, which we are going to take into consideration the security situation during the construction of the hall, so that it should never be vandalized again.
Thank you, the Lord Mayor of the Bamenda 3 municipality, Mr. Fongu Cletus Tanui, for accepting to be our guest on Talking Point tonight. And sir, I hope to have you some other time. Viewers, thank you so much for always being there. Our programs continue. The news in the French language comes up at 8 p.m. And in about 30 minutes or so, you will be having Equinoxe live from Yaoundé with Gisogo. Stay with us on Equinoxe Television. Bye-bye for now.
Equinoxe Télévision, au-delà de l'image, nous rendons compte.
Vous qui avez travaillé dans ce domaine et côtoyé d'autres organisations, de votre point de vue, à quel niveau précisément se situe le problème de la transparence électorale au Cameroun?
Précisément, qu'est-ce que je peux vous dire? Il y a la manière dont c'est organisé, c'est tout. C'est-à-dire que vous prenez même une campagne électorale. Elle est déséquilibrée. Vous prenez le temps d'antenne, il est déséquilibré. Vous prenez l'affichage, c'est déséquilibré en faveur du parti au pouvoir.
Parce qu'on est dans une société où les gens écrivent très peu, où les gens prennent très peu le temps de faire quelque chose pour la mémoire, et c'est essentiellement ce que j'ai fait. Chaque fois qu'on a la responsabilité de diriger les affaires publiques dans ce pays, il faudrait qu'on s'apprête à en rendre compte, et si on ne veut pas rendre compte, on s'abstient tout simplement d'accéder à un type de fonction.
Les nôtres, on peut mal interpréter ce qu'on entend par démocratie. Moi-même, je suis de ceux qui disent que peut-être que ce n'était pas le moment. C'est vrai, parce que là, ça va dans tous les sens. Il faut frapper fort.